Today on Santa Monica Update.
The Santa Monica History Museum celebrates its new location. I'm Yana Kand. I'll take you inside next.
The future of transportation technology is here now at the Santa Monica Civic Center. Coming up, we'll take you inside the Alt Car Expo.
They came, they read, and they posed, but not without a warning. We'll have these stories and more news from the city of Santa Monica coming up. I'm Gail Choice.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
Welcome to Santa Monica Update. Santa Monica's leaf blower law is now in effect. No motorized leaf blowers may be operated within the Santa Monica city limits. According to Dean Cabani, Director of the Office of Sustainability and the Environment, leaf blowers pose multiple health risks to the community as well as the operator. They emit more pollution than a car while blowing a mix of fine particles, including pesticides, fertilizers, and contaminants from the ground into the air we breathe. And they are loud. Bilingual inspectors from the Office of Sustainability and the Environment are educating machine operators, landscape companies, property owners, and managers about the law. If you witness a violation of the law, report it to the web addresses or the phone number seen on screen. Be prepared to give the address, date, and time of the violation, and staff will promptly follow up. You'll find more information about this new law and alternatives to leaf blowers at sustainablesm.org/leafblower. Remember a few months back when the city took up the issue of private businesses conducting exercise classes on parkways and median strips? Well, now the city is responding to a similar issue caused by exercise groups, physical therapy sessions, and weight training on public sidewalks. Again, the action seems to be around 4th and Adelaide, where there are many beautiful views of the sand and the sea, where steep steps lead down to Entrada Drive in Santa Monica Canyon below. The city notes that some businesses seem to have decided that conducting their work on public sidewalks is more cost-effective than renting commercial space. So, Council has taken the first reading of an ordinance restricting commercial and obstructive uses of our sidewalks. 4 feet of sidewalk width must remain unobstructive and driveways must not be blocked. Vehicles traveling in reverse may not be able to see someone exercising in a lowered position on a city sidewalk. So it's simple. Sidewalk and driveway obstruction is a hazard to public safety. In today's entertainment and literary world, not much is kept under wraps. Some might say today, anything goes. But did you know books can still be banned if they are deemed inappropriate for small children or students? Recently, the Santa Monica Public Library held a celebration of sorts for banned books. Some are real literary classics.
We might say some things that are offensive today as we read.
And read they did. Wonderful, powerful, and sometimes shocking words. Excerpts from books that rubbed some people the wrong way.
Controversy was not on my mind. I wanted only to write what I knew to be true.
I sprang at him, seized his coat lapels, and demanded that he apologize. He was a tall, blond man, and as my face came close to his, he looked instantly out of his blue eyes and cursed me, his breath hot in my face as he struggled.
Voldemort. Oh, don't make me say it again. Anyway, this wizard about 20 years ago now started looking for followers.
Like my mother would come into the room in the middle of the night and scream, "Hitler killed my whole family, but you can't wash a plate." Huh? So I would try to figure it out, so that's why I wrote the book.
Banned Books Week is actually sponsored by the American Library Association, and what they do is for a week every year they encourage everybody to celebrate their freedom to read. Many books have been banned or challenged, which means that they have either been physically taken off the shelves of libraries or at least challenged to be taken off the shelves of libraries. And what we're doing today is really celebrating our freedom to read whatever we want and however we want to do it.
Just about every book written can be challenged for one reason or another, especially books geared toward teens.
Detour for Emmy is the title, and it's a teen pregnancy story, and the girl gets pregnant not by drinking the water, so there's a little sex in it, and sometimes parents and grandparents and teachers occasionally find that to be offensive, and so it's challenged every now and then. I think the reason it got on the top 10 banned books list a few years ago is because there was a very heated challenge in a small town in Texas. A grandmother thought that not only should her granddaughter not be reading it, but no one in the school should be reading it.
Actor Mike Farrell added his talent and skills to the celebration by reading from Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, I think it's urgently important for people to understand that we have a tremendous legacy of wonderful literature in this country that has been denied to people, that has been burned and banned. And the fact that people can impose their own values, their own wishes, their own desires, their own rules on the rest of us is simply unacceptable in an American society. But here we have it, and it's happening today as well as it was in the days when John Steinbeck's books were banned.
From the classics to the whimsical, when a book is banned or challenged, writers know they are in good company.
It angered me that one person could assume that they should be able to say what other people can read. And I think it goes against our values as a nation. And so I was angered by that in a way, but I also, I was a little bit, pleased almost, because I knew that it put me in the company of some people who had written some wonderful things.
So, in a world where it seems anything goes, people still recognize the power of the written word. Ironically, when a book is banned, people have a tendency to rush to read it, just to see for themselves what the protest is all about. For more information about books that were once banned and are now on library shelves, visit the Santa Monica Public Library. The fall 2010 edition of the Santa Monica Review is now available. It's a nationally distributed literary magazine sponsored by Santa Monica College, published twice a year in the spring and fall. The review currently features literary fiction and nonfiction, showcasing Southern California and Pacific Rim writers. Get a copy of the Santa Monica Review from the online college bookstore at smc.edu/sm_review. By the way, Amazon.com also has quite a few back issues of our local literary gem. Santa Monica College art students won the Paintings of Pico Boulevard contest that was recently held at the Morgan Wixon Theater. The aim of the show was to call attention to the wide diversity of artistic possibilities available on Pico Boulevard in Santa Monica. Omar Solis won second prize for his work, which manages to evoke several spots on Pico, all at the same time. And Karen Jackson won an honorable mention for her painting of a crosswalk familiar to many residents. Congratulations to these winning artists. For information about art classes at Santa Monica College, you can go to smc.edu. LA's traffic congestion is the highest in the country, while our air quality is the lowest, making Southern California the perfect proving grounds for a clean car revolution. But you just can't walk into a dealership and drive off the lot in the latest eco-friendly model. Nope. To get behind the wheel of the cars of tomorrow today, you've got to go to Santa Monica's Alt Car Expo. Reporter Ned Rolsma takes us for a spin at this year's show.
Welcome to the 5th annual Alt Car Expo. It's the premier place to find the latest, greatest, and greenest in clean car technology. This year's expo is bigger and better than ever, with more guest speakers, more exhibits, and more cars, including major players like the all-electric Nissan Leaf and the brand new Chevy Volt. The last few years haven't exactly been the best of times at GM, so the company is hoping this low-emission mid-size sedan will help buff some of the luster back into its tarnished image, and perhaps jumpstart a domestic clean car revolution. But if this has you thinking the Bowtie brand has gone soft, think again. The Volt simply presents a cleaner, more efficient version of the good old American muscle that put Chevy on the map.
The Chevrolet Volt's got electric balls, so to speak. This Chevrolet Volt, because it's got an electric drive, instant torque, throws your head back. It's a different kind of muscle. It's an efficient muscle. It's an electric muscle. You sort of get that bzzz as you drive away. It's sort of very futuristic.
Not to be outdone, Japanese automaker Nissan burst onto the scene at the Alt Car Expo to show off the all-electric Leaf and to kick off their nationwide Drive Electric Tour. Nissan believes that the Leaf's versatility and range put this sporty sedan at the head of its class.
Well, the Nissan Leaf is the first affordable, mass-market, all-electric, zero-emission vehicle. So we're the ones coming to market bringing a vehicle that has no tailpipe, no gas, goes 100 miles, and can seat 5 passengers and basically meet all your daily needs of a primary driving vehicle.
Another automaker that created quite a buzz at the expo was Santa Monica-based Coda Automotive. Their affordable yet stylish all-electric Coda sedan boasts 90 to 120 mile range, 80 mile per hour top speeds, and an advanced thermal management system that keeps the battery working perfectly in any climate. Coda spokesman Daryl Harrison thinks the company's Santa Monica roots give them an edge over the competition in the clean car market.
Santa Monica is, for all intents and purposes, the EV epicenter. We wanted to be in a place where electric vehicle technology was at its prime, at its hub. But really, Santa Monica, as a city, has done a lot in the way of sustainability. A number of members from city council to the mayor have all really focused on making sustainability very important in the future of the city.
The city started back in about 1993 with the Sustainable City Plan, and we've evolved through the years with the reduced emissions fuel policy, and we now have 87% of the fleet operating on alternative fuels. We have things like this here, the Zero truck. That's an all-electric truck. It's a service truck. It works out great for us. It has a 60-mile range, which is more than we can drive in Santa Monica in one day. So it works good. We've had it in service for about 4 months, and the operators love it.
The Alt Car Expo isn't just about alternative cars. In fact, the event features many alternatives to the car, like bikes, electric motorcycles, even public transportation, like this hybrid Mini Blue from Santa Monica's Big Blue Bus. The local transit company is going the extra mile to cut their carbon footprint by investing in the latest eco-friendly transit technology. 43% of the Big Blue fleet runs on cleaner burning liquefied natural gas, while their neighborhood Mini Blue buses are gasoline electric hybrids. Riding the Blue is a great way to go green and save a little too. Many of the cars on display here at the Alt Car Expo are available now, while cars like the Leaf and the Chevy Volt will be available in showrooms by the end of the year. The Alt Car Expo is absolutely free to attend, and tire kicking is definitely encouraged, so bring the family, but leave that gas guzzler at home, and test drive something greener. For Santa Monica Update, I'm Ned Rolsma.
If you missed this year's Alt Car Expo, don't get your spark plug wires twisted up. It'll be back next year with even more clean, green, and mean rides. Or head on over to altcarexpo.com today for complete product listings and vendor links. Like Ned said, many cars from the show are ready for purchase now. There's something Noodle on the pier. It's called the Smiling Noodle, part of a nationwide Kraft Foods advertising campaign. No kids, you can't climb on it, and no adults climbing on it either. The big noodle is 20 feet long, 9 feet high, and 4.5 feet wide. Sitting on a steel base, it's made of fiberglass that weighs about 2,000 pounds. You can see it on the Santa Monica Pier through Friday, December 31st. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. I'm Gail Choice. For all of us at CityTV, thanks for watching.